All right, let's talk about something that pretty much all of us do, but maybe don't think about. Why on earth are we happy to pay $5 for a coffee that literally starts as a 2-cent bean? Well, it all comes down to this incredible idea called the experience economy. And today, we're going to break it all down.
So let's just get right to the heart of it. What is the real difference here? You've got this tiny little coffee bean, costs maybe a couple of cents, and then you have a $5 latte. How does that happen? The answer, it turns out, reveals a massive, fundamental shift in our entire economy. Okay, so let's actually follow the money on this journey. You start with the raw coffee bean. That's a commodity. It's interchangeable, worth almost nothing, just pennies. Then you roast it, bag it up. Now it's a good, worth a bit more, maybe a quarter. Okay, now let's say a diner brews it for you. That's a service. And you're looking at what, $1.50? But then, you step into a place with the perfect lighting, great music, that whole coffee shop vibe. Suddenly, it becomes an experience. And for that, yeah, we'll happily hand over $5. Think about that. The bean itself never changed. What changed was everything wrapped around it.
And you know what's wild? This isn't just a coffee thing. Not at all. This ladder of value we just climbed, it's a pattern you see everywhere. And it basically explains how our whole economy has evolved. It actually has a name: the progression of economic value.
You can see this exact same thing play out with something we all know and love, a birthday cake. Just think back. In the 50s, your mom or grandma bought the raw commodities: flour, sugar, eggs. The whole thing cost pennies. Fast forward to the 70s, and you're buying a good, right? A Betty Crocker cake mix for a couple of bucks. Then in the 80s, you just outsourced the whole thing. That's a service. You'd order a cake from a bakery for maybe 20 bucks. But today you might pay $150 or even more for the entire birthday party experience at some venue. The cake is just a tiny piece of the puzzle now.
Okay, so let's get a little more formal for a second and break down what these 4 official stages of this progression actually are. So here they are, laid out plain and simple. A commodity is fungible, right? One bean is pretty much the same as the next. A good is something tangible you can hold. A service is something someone does for you. But an experience, that's totally different. It's personal. It's memorable. The whole game has shifted from selling stuff that's interchangeable to creating moments that are completely unforgettable.
And this really just hits the nail on the head. The best things in life are not things. That's what this is all about. We as consumers are looking for something more than just physical products. We want feelings, not just features. And that desire is what's fueling this whole experience economy.
All right, so if creating an experience is where the real value is, how do companies actually do it? How do they pull it off? Well, it all starts with this one simple but really powerful idea.
The secret is a little bit of grammar, actually. It's called inging the thing. Inging it? So instead of selling a noun, a thing, you sell the verb, the activity. You don't just sell a bike, you sell bicycling.
And oh my gosh, the absolute masters of this are Build-A-Bear Workshop. They don't just sell you a stuffed animal, do they? No way. They sell you the experience of making it. Every single station, choose me, hear me, stuff me. It's an action, it's a verb. They took a static product, a bear, and turned it into this dynamic process of bearing. You're not just buying a toy, you are literally co-creating a memory.
So this whole idea of turning products into activities, it leads to this really amazing metaphor that all the best experience-based companies use, even if they don't consciously know it. They treat their business like a theater.
And that brings us to this simple but kind of mind-blowing idea. Work is theater. Think about it. Every single business interaction is a performance. The employees, they're the actors. The store or office, that's the stage. And the customer, well, the customer is the audience.
A perfect example? The Geek Squad. I mean, come on. They didn't just show up to fix your computer. They put on a whole show. Their special agent uniforms, those are their costumes. The Geekmobile, that's a prop. They use this very specific themed language. That's their script. And the stage? It's your own home or office. They took a boring, mundane service and turned it into this memorable performance.
So what's the glue that holds all of this theatrical work together? It's a strong, consistent theme. The theme is like the director's vision. It's the one big idea that makes sure every little detail is working together. Whether you're talking about the Roman marketplace theme at the Forum Shops in Vegas or Disneyland's whole theme of happiness, a great theme makes an experience feel totally cohesive and super immersive.
And to really build that theme, companies used 2 different kinds of signals, or what we can call cues. First, you've got mechanics cues. These are all the inanimate things in the environment. The sights, the sounds, the smells, even the textures. Then you have the humanics cues. These are the clues you get from the people, their attitude, their tone of voice, their body language. When you get both the mechanics and the humanics perfectly lined up with your theme, that's when the experience feels completely authentic and really, really powerful.
Okay, so if we've gone from commodities to goods to services to experiences, is that it? Is that the end of the line? Nope. There's a fifth stage, and this one is even more personal.
And that fifth stage is transformation. Now get this. In a transformation, the customer is the product. The business isn't just selling you a thing or a service or even a memory anymore. They are guiding you toward becoming who you want to be. They are selling you a new, improved version of yourself. And you can already see this starting to pop up everywhere. Your local gym, right? It's not just selling you access to treadmills, it's selling the transformation of your health. A productivity consultant doesn't just sell you a seminar, they promise to transform your effectiveness. A really great hospital's mission is to transform a patient from being sick to being well. The real value is the change that happens inside the person. And this brings us to our big takeaway. As our economy has evolved, the value we're looking for has become more and more internal, right? Businesses started by selling us things to have, then they sold us experiences to remember. So that leaves us with one final, pretty deep question to think about. What price would you put on becoming the person you truly want to be? What will you pay to be transformed?